It's cozy season. You need blankets, pillows. You need mugs. You need
You know what I want?
tea koozie. What's your cozy season must-haves?
Holiday themed glasses and dishware. You know, I finally got my little Christmas plates that I've wanted for years and years and years last Christmas. I want like some sort
It's
of
not
like
my culture, but
I know
I
it's not your
respect it.
culture, but I want more like Christmassy drinkware, plateware.
Okay, well, you know a great place to get that.
Wayfair.
Yeah, you got to be stocking up at Wayfair.
I'm stocking up at Wayfair.
Because not only are you going to get the cozy items that you so desire, but you're going to get great deals on the cozy items you so desire. Because Wayfair has great deals on things your home actually needs, especially before the holidays. They have everything from sofas to spatulas. You name it, they have it. They also have styles you can't find anywhere else. No cookie cutter stuff that everyone else has, so you can make your home way more you. Right now, you can shop Wayfair's insane holiday deals and get up to 70% off during their Black Friday deals.
You know what items I'm all ready for thanks to Wayfair?
What items?
Christmas napkins. It sounds silly, but I want them and I like them.
Get them.
Christmas, they've got little Christmas trees on them.
Get
and
them.
They're napkins.
Just
okay?
just have me over and make cookies. Like,
And you'll go, not my culture, when you like wipe your mouth, but that's fine. That's
no,
totally
I'll say
fine.
these are gorgeous.
Thank you. Don't miss out on saving big with Wayfair this holiday. Head to wayfair.com now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals. That's WAYFAIR.com.
You will dream it.
Yo, they wanna know.
Hey,
Mia.
hey,
Mia.
Come on.
hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
Come to see us in Atlanta this weekend, and then we're on a break
It's
for
sold-
like a month.
Well,
oh, it's
it
sold
is
out.
sold
Oh, shit.
out. So, like, I don't know how they're going to, like, follow that.
Oh, well, if you don't have tickets, sorry. Lucky people are seeing us in Atlanta.
We do have actually a few guest spots. So if you really are desperate, send us a DM. Maybe you'll get lucky.
That's a good idea.
Just saying. Like, I like to use our guest spots. So if we don't know anyone in Atlanta except for our dear friend Ray. I'm
We
just
know,
saying,
and Ray's coming.
if you're feeling like you could get lucky, send us a DM. But more importantly,
If you say what I think you're going to say, I'm going to scream.
oh, I wasn't gonna say like Addison Rae is back.
Oh.
I was gonna say
Dallas showed up.
I was gonna say no. I was gonna say buy tickets to see us in Minneapolis,
Right, in Minneapolis and Chicago and Vancouver.
and LA.
I ran into a hooligan last night at Julius, of all places. And
Wait, I'm sorry. Of all places,
all
you mean
places.
the oldest gay bar in New York?
Yeah.
You're shocked to run into a hooligan?
he was very nice. And then he was like, I'm going to come see your show. And he was like, I missed the Bell House. I'm so sad I missed the Bell House. But I'm going to see your show in November. And I was like, oh, the one at the Palladium. And he was like, yeah, I think so. I don't really remember where it is. And I was like, it's the one in Times Square. And then he just goes, oh, it is? Sorry, he already bought tickets.
He literally said like, "You're a flop" for that.
It was very sweet.
I think the Palladium show is gonna have some extra bonus tips and tricks, and maybe like a little after party, and maybe
Mhm.
some like fun elements that will make it exciting for you to come to Times Square. But you know what? Whenever I'm in Times Square, I'm always like, "This is so exciting."
It's so exciting.
But we don't really need to like sell those tickets. They're
No,
selling just
they're
fine.
selling just
What we
fine.
do need to do is to celebrate the ascension of a future pop star. I
God.
mean, the New York Times is worried the pop stars aren't they're
Aren't
worried they're
popping.
floundering. Well, guess what? Addison Rae is here. She's coming. Timmy knew that she was going to eventually release music despite her flop singles getting leaked. But guess what? It's coming. It's coming.
This is the most Timmy coded segment we could possibly bring you. This is like a Timmy demand. Addison Rae is here.
Months ago, he said, if she doesn't release music by year's end, I'm unstanning.
And I said, Timmy, no offense, but I don't believe you. And he said, that's nasty behavior, Bob. He wasn't going to unstan Addison Rae.
I mean, Sky Fear updates shut down. You never know what can happen. Even the most
true.
strident, even the most
It's
beloved,
true.
the devoted fandoms say enough is enough. And Timmy said, if this bee doesn't figure out what she's going to do, because honestly, she has gone from #1 TikTok dance influencer to actress ? Singer ? Like, we don't know. And we're just waiting because we know the star power is there.
Mm-hmm. She has Madonna's seal of approval and she has Charlie's seal of approval. So
Wait, Madonna just like posted an Instagram story of her. Is that what she did?
in July. That's
That's
why
so
Timmy
funny.
first texted us.
Oh God. Okay, so Madonna was like ahead of the curve.
Yeah, she always is.
So she said, dug up a few of the leaks from the lost album AR 818. It's tomorrow. It's today. It's
When
out
you're listening
today.
to this, you can listen to Addison Rae's EP.
Wait, literally
or whatever
turn
you
us
call it.
off. Turn us off and turn on the Addison
Well,
Rae.
turn
tracks.
on Addison after this. Finish it, get through the ad breaks, and then turn on Addison Rae.
You get through the ad breaks. No.
Listen, did you hear the clip? Did you hear the teaser?
Instead of ads today, we're playing Addison Rae music.
It's the most Charlie thing I've ever heard.
I have heard the leaks.
Parentheses, complimentary.
And if they're any, not derogatory,
Yeah.
if they're anything like these leaks, which seems like they're pretty close to the leaks, then they're good. Remember her single Obsessed lip and then that little dance she did?
That's the one she sang on The Tonight Show. That was like real, like, I need a vaccine ASAP.
Do you remember? Yeah, and the chorus goes, Me Too. And it's like, wait, not this Me Too anthem. Honey, we did that. She said.
What exactly is it we're looking at here is what I think when I see Addison Rae's EP cover.
Me too. Me too. I'm really excited. It's been a while since because we had like some canned eps, so it's like we just haven't gotten a chance to talk about this. And you know what we also haven't gotten a chance to talk about, which we maybe we'll save for the Patreon, is Sam Asghari divorce. That's
Patreon,
one.
Kiki Palmer video. That's
Kiki
two.
Palmer video. That's two. And three, Colleen Rooney on the cover of British Vogue.
Oh, that's all Patreon content, sweetie. All of it.
I know. So stay tuned. Let's play some calls.
Hi, Who Weekly. Long time, medium time. First of all, have another Boston show, please. Y'all are sold out. Second of all, had to pause the pod. I wonder if Carmen Electra actually got snapped crying on her stoop and looking miserable, and then the posed photo was the compromise of, fine, you can publish that and make some money, but you better get a picture of me slaying to post to kind of redeem myself. So maybe she didn't call for the first crying photo, but she smartly captured that moment to get a good photo published the next day. Yeah, I don't know. Conspiracy theory maybe, but just a thought. Women don't belong in balloons.
If we're doing conspiracy theories about the business of the Carmen Electra back-to-back photos, I'm loving it. I'm like, let's keep it up. Let's keep thinking. Let's keep digging.
I love this thought process, but
Yes,
someone
me
else
too.
called and was like, how do you know when a celebrity calls the pops?
Hi there. I am listening to the segment about Jeremy Allen White and the Friday app, and about, well, the caller said, you know, he's called the paparazzi on himself on all these different occasions, and it's like, I think the insinuation is that it's embarrassing. My question, and I know you talked about Carmen Electra, but now I actually can't remember if that's on Patreon or not. But anyways, you also talked about her calling the paparazzi, and I am hoping that you can help teach me how to identify when the celebrity has called the paparazzi on themselves. Like, I feel like I'm not literate in that, and I just assume that they were found by the paparazzi, because, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm, like, a millennial, and that's how it used to be. But could you, like, give us some info, like, how do we know that Jeremy Allen White called the pops on himself, as opposed to being found out? Yeah, I think that's my only question. Avia Tiangin, bye.
Always. It's always.
You know it when you see it. It's almost always. This is Splash News. It's a brand of celebrity photographer who does shit like this. Also, this is like the front yard. The reason I'm suspecting that Carmen Electra called the pops is A, that she's being photographed at all, because she's kind of irrelevant now. So if someone's going to go out and take a photo of her, it's usually because she's like, hey, come take a photo of me. 2, it's basically on her property.
Yes, you're correct.
It's that pornography thing where it's like, I know it when I see it. It's like, when I look at a photo of Carmen Electra crying on her stoop, I know that she called the pops, you know?
Right. I want you to play the Jeremy Allen White call next.
Hi, BLT. I have loved the episode. I cannot listen to Bobby be gaslit about Jeremy Allen White. He's doing this for any voting, you guys. Okay, bye.
That's a conspiracy theory I can get behind, baby.
Well, that makes sense because he can't actually promote it in any sort of realm.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a lot of work and a little bit at a time of recent divorce and lots of other rumors and things about him. It's a little bit like that's a big sacrifice to get the Emmy. Do you know what I mean? To stay top of mind via like sexy paparazzi photos. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past anyone at this point to do stuff like that.
And I mean, that's basically what I was saying last week anyway, which is that he was doing promo for the Bear, but like
Sure.
more specifically, what he was doing was promo for his Emmy campaign. I mean, there's weird stuff happening with Emmy promo this cycle because no one knows if the Emmys are even going to happen.
Right.
Everyone's striking, but the voting is still happening.
It's like, how do you want to win, but also winning is promotion for the show, and that's kind of not what we're doing here. And it's an interesting dance. And I guess they just refuse to not have the voting.
The voting is still scheduled to take place starting today, as in when we're recording, so Thursday, through the 28th of August. So like voting is still happening, but no one knows if and when the Emmys are ever going to be on television, you know, or when they're going to actually happen. I mean, this is very Little Gold Men podcast. Listen to them if you want the nitty gritty on awards.
But I guess it ties back into us because it ties back into like the ways that celebrities and celebrities are getting around the promotion and what are other ways you can promote yourself. And the bottom of the barrel is literally photos of you looking sexy while hiking Runyon Canyon.
Or making out with a random woman.
Yes. Or like kind of announcing your new like love interest via like photos of you making out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Is all press good press, and are all photos essentially just reminding you that I exist to vote for me for the Bear? Oh, he was good in the Bear. You know what I mean? Like seeing a photo of him doing God knows what, who cares, and being like, oh, that guy, he was good in the Bear. And that's a reminder, even though it's like him making out with some woman, because you might not even know what that means or even care.
Right.
Which is fine.
And you know what's happening with that Selena Gomez meme with her on the blanket?
Oh my God.
Guess what? Selena Gomez cannot talk about Only Murders in the Building, but she can go out with Francia Raisa, and she can be in a viral meme where she has a blanket around her.
Yeah, it's so crazy how Selena Gomez can't promote her show that everyone
Big
says is
show.
actually good and fantastic and like everyone's loving and watching and will get nominated for Emmys, but she can go viral by sitting in a blanket, and that's gonna
and reconnecting with the woman who gave her a kidney, you know, like
do you think
devious.
Do you think that like somebody at Hulu is like hiring like gay influencers to keep spreading and making jokes with that blanket picture? Or do you think she really is just that viral? Because I do think that she's just that viral,
Get
but
me started. Because yes.
So you think that. You do think that. You think that like the I won't say their names, but everyone knows like that like community of like tweeters is getting solicited by Hulu to be like, can you just like make a funny joke with this? And it's like me waiting for like my husband to come back from war or whatever.
The upside down one that just says bats.
Can't. The one that cracked me up the most, and now we're just promoting it, was the one I sent you that I was crying about. No, the one that I literally was crying. Me rising from my edible coma to ask the flight attendant for a ginger ale in a clear and considerate voice that conveys gratefulness and respect. Thank you, Sydney Battle, for that. I mean, that just like threw me.
I really laughed at the one I sent you this morning. Someone who's a locked account says, how do I mute that Selena pic? And someone who goes by your Dax responded to them and says, you after muting. And it's the photo of Selena with the blanket.
It's so good. Well, that's the problem is like part of me is like, this is just a very viral photo. It's just like we love Selena. Like we just love her. And like it's a very viral photo. But then part of me is like side-eyeing like.
Yeah. Even Keke Palmer, which again we'll talk about on the Patreon, referenced Selena Gomez in her like essentially breakup announcement with the hair, with the blue thing that she was quoting.
Got some blue going on.
Where's that inspiration coming from?
I don't know. I like a little edge and a little pop in my hair, so I wanted to add something different, especially for the Teen Vogue party.
Keke wrote especially for the Teen Vogue party and a photo of her with blue hair.
She did have the blue. She had a blue streak.
So, moral of the story, I think Carmen Electra still planned those photos. 2, Jeremy Allen White is definitely doing this shit because he can't do promo for the Bear. 3, Selena Gomez's blanket photo went viral in part because people working at Hulu connected with gay Twitter influencers so that would definitely become a meme, okay? It's true. It's facts.
I'm
That's
just
what's
saying,
happening.
Who Weekly is available to receive funds Well, I'm not actually going to scab, but I will say generally outside of strike, Who Weekly is available to receive funds to retweet funny memes of Selena Gomez.
Truly. Yes.
I guess we would anyways be retweeting them, but I'm just saying we will receive money for that
Yes.
also.
Next call.
Hey, Lindsay, Bobby, Timmy. I am calling you in the wee hours of the morning because I have insomnia. And what am I doing to try to address that? I'm listening to Friday's episode, and I'm just calling with an interjection, a comment. Wayne Brady's wonderful coming out news, which is just that I just want to remind you that absolute bicon Jason Mraz I feel is synonymous with the fedora. So I think that Lindsay's right. The fedora is queer coded 100% in the year of our Lord 2023. Okay, I'm going to try to go to sleep. I love you so much. Crunch, crunch. Whimsy podcaster. God. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's literally what I thought of when I saw this news. Thank you.
Yeah.
I sent it to our friend Ben, who also confirmed this. I was like, well, and Ben was like, yep. And I was like, all right, bye.
Here's a headline from Out. Jason Mraz is done broadcasting as hetero, and we're so here for it.
Okay, that's... Oh, God.
You told me we were like in a hotel in Austin, and you were like, Jason Mraz is gay, but he came out as bi years ago.
He did?
What actually happened is he was interviewed in The Advocate, and he goes, I'm done broadcasting as hetero. So that was getting, it was basically he's doubling down on the bisexuality. And the fact that he fully identifies as queer now.
Wait, he came out?
He came out in 2018.
Can I get the timeline here? He came out as bi in 2018. Then since then, what happened?
He divorced his wife in June of this year.
Okay.
And then a couple of days ago, he was interviewed by The Advocate and said, quote, I will admit that I probably spent close to the first 20 years of my career broadcasting as hetero, saying girl in my songs. And a lot of that is growing up on a conservative street and growing up around homophobia and feeling like I needed to protect some secret. I was having these curiosities and experiences on the side that were starting to influence who I am.
Uh-huh.
So he finally has said, I'm done pretending that there's any sort of heterosexuality in my life or my lyrics.
Oh, no. So he's still bi.
He's still bi.
He's bi.
I think he's just more proudly bi than he was in 2018. He's more comfortably bi.
Okay, that's amazing. So he was already bi, though.
He was already bi, and now he's like, no, like, I'm like really bi.
That's amazing.
But I won't hesitate no more. It cannot wait.
I'm like really bi.
And the fedora says it all. And that's what I'm saying. And that's all that I'm saying.
But also, I think Jason Mraz has, I know his Instagram username photo, his Instagram profile photo is him in a fedora, but he's sort of in his baseball cap era now.
Okay, like Renee Zellweger?
Mm-hmm.
Is it smushed?
It's really like on his head. It's not just resting on his scalp. It's like he's wearing it correct. He's wearing the hat as it's intended to be worn, not in the way that Renee Zellweger has chosen to wear it.
What a lost opportunity you didn't wear a hat like that when we were in Dallas.
I know, I really fucked up.
Like, why didn't you get like a Longhorns hat and like rest it gently on your head, smushed?
Run it over with a car a few times and then have a dog gnaw on it for a while and then put it on my head. Then it'll be a Renee Zellweger
That would have been
hat.
so funny if you had like smushed that hat on your head. I gotta get a hat like that so I could wear it as a gag out. But I don't know how it would stay on my head. That's the thing is like, what she got going on under there? Like, is there another hat or is it sticky? Is there like, is it a wig
like
attached to the hat?
Tape? Maybe.
Like, what's going on?
Could have a little
like,
comb.
I don't know.
Could have a little
One
comb.
of the world's biggest mysteries is how that hat stays on her goddamn head.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, Google Renee Zellweger Actually, you know, the best photos, Renee Zellweger pumping gas, because the recent photos of Renee Zellweger pumping gas and then getting a sub at Jersey Mike's are like iconic.
If you just search Renee Zellweger hat, or even I just searched because I was typing with one hand, Renee Z hat. You don't even need to type out the name. If you can't spell Zellweger, that's fine. You just type Renee. You just type Renee Z hat, and you're gonna see the hat smushed on top of her head. It's just weird. It just sits right there. What are we talking about? One time she put a crown on top of it because she was at a party wearing a party hat. So she put the party hat on top of her hat.
It just sits right there. Okay.
It just sits right there.
Next call.
I need this hat.
I want to be famous.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Can't imagine it any other way. Whoweekly.us is a Squarespace. It will always be a Squarespace. We love our Squarespace.
Even if they said no more advertising on this podcast, we would still have it be a Squarespace because honestly, it's just the easiest, sanest way to have a website on the internet at this point.
Yeah. I really can't think of another option.
No, I wouldn't even know how to do another option at this point. It's like it is a perfect way. I know they have all the features I need. If there's a new feature that I need somehow in the future, I know that they're going to have it. Mm-hmm. Let's say there's something we need to do on this website that I can't even think of right now. I know that in the future
technology advances,
that they will have our back.
I trust that Squarespace will keep up.
Well, because right now it's like, you know, we have our tour dates that we're able to change on a whim, which we need to. But Squarespace does plenty of other things. They've got, you know, you could do a course, you could host a course, you could do analytics, you could do email campaigns, you can take payments, you can sell stuff. I mean, it's like we could do whatever we wanted on Squarespace, and I am actually comforted knowing that I could do that in the future.
Yeah.
So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/who and save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. That's 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, host of Here's Where It Gets Interesting. Each week I speak with authors, experts, and thought leaders on everything from American history and democracy to how to be a better person on the internet. And don't miss my extremely popular docuseries, which educate you on things you never learned in history class. Follow and listen to Here's Where It Gets Interesting on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Love my CB distillery. It helps me sleep. I love my they're called gummies. They have gummies and gummies. The gummies don't quite put me to sleep, but the gummies do put me to sleep. And I take them most nights, to be honest.
You do. I know you do because you tell me about it every time. You're like, well, that worked. And for Bobby, nothing seems to be working. So this is an incredible breakthrough for you.
Genuinely a huge breakthrough for me. CB Distillery's targeted formulations are made from the highest quality, clean ingredients. No fluff, no fillers, just pure, effective CBD solutions designed to help support your health. In 2 non-clinical surveys, 81% of customers experienced more calm, 80% said CBD helped with pain after physical activity, and an impressive 90% among them, myself, said they slept better with CBD. So if you struggle with a health concern and haven't found relief, make the change like I did to CB Distillery. And with over 2 million customers and a solid 100% money-back guarantee, CB Distillery is the source to trust. We have a 20% discount code to get you started. Visit cbdistillery.com and use code WHO for 20% off. That's cbdistillery.com, code WHO. cbdistillery.com.
I want to be famous.
Hi, Who Weekly. I was just Googling the country music artist Zach Bryan, and apparently his girlfriend is named Brianna Chickenfry. Is this a joke? Okay, crunch, crunch.
Zach Bryan is so hot. Can we just say that?
I have to agree.
Who said the confusing thing to me? Is this Timmy?
This is me. No, this is me.
You're saying the confusing thing to you is Chicken Fried is the name of a song by Zach Brown Band.
Zach Brown Band. That's a little bit of Chicken Fried. But Zach Bryan, which is very close to Zach Brown, is the one who's actually dating Chicken Fry. But she's Chicken Fry, not Chicken Fried. She's Brianna Chicken Fry.
Her name is Brianna Chickenfry, and that's obviously not her. And that's obviously not her real name. It's a name that she gave to herself after some Vine went viral, where she called her legs like the chicken fries from Burger King, which I actually kind of think is funny. Yeah. Like she said, her legs look like the chicken fries from Burger King. Remember the chicken fries from Burger King? Yeah. That was a huge part of.
I had those
for
ones.
A while.
They were fine.
Are they good? Were they good?
They were good. They were exactly what you wanted them to be.
What I think is interesting about this is because Zach Bryan has like kind of a vaguely sweetie kind of stay out of the press, stay out of the news, stay out of the like the gossip fray. But him
Mhm.
dating, not girlfriend, I think they're just dating, this Brianna Chickenfry, who's one of the Barstool talents, whose entire thing is like party girl vibe. Like
Mhm.
she has
I'm
a
so
podcast being like,
hungover.
I'm party. Like that's how
Mhm.
she got famousy, is that she was like, I love to have fun, I love to party, and she has a podcast.
It's Alex Cooper before Alex Cooper got an agent.
But, right. And it's not even, I also was like, it's kind of like Call Her Daddy, but then I realized it's Barstool. Like it's a Barstool branded type podcast.
Which is what
There's
Call
a
Her
very
Daddy
specific
was.
style. Exactly. No, exactly. So her podcast is called Plan Brie, which is actually pretty funny. Get it, Brianna?
Yeah, I get it.
Get it? I was kind of digging into a little bit about how they met. Zach Bryan, great country singer, great album, great. Everyone
Yeah, I
likes
like
him,
him.
I think.
I like him.
It's a very he's well liked, I think.
Yeah.
He was the one that had the song that was like "Fuck Ticketmaster." Remember?
Yeah.
He's like in a fight with Ticketmaster.
I'll play some of his music here so you can hear his voice. You probably heard some of his music. He has a good song with Maggie Rogers too.
Give me my dawn's back. Everything that dies makes its way back. I lost the last July in a heart attack. I need one small victory.
But I will say this is not like a flattering. So she met. And of course, what sucks is like, and I kind of was like, are they still even dating? Because it feels like if I slid into some girlie's DMs and we went on a few dates and she was really cute and fun, and then she literally did an entire podcast episode with her boss in which she laid out the timeline of our relationship, I would say no thanks, bye.
No thanks.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your drama. It feels very. I don't want him to get involved in this. It feels messy. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Should I just like say
Yeah,
the
do the
timeline
timeline.
quickly?
Do the timeline.
Because it's a little bit messy.
Yeah.
He was dating a woman named Deborah for
And
a long
she was
time.
dating someone too. She was dating someone named like Nick Pellegrino, which is funny because her name is
Yeah.
like Brianna LaPaglia. And I was like, is she
Yeah,
related
well-
to Anthony LaPaglia, the actor? But she's not. So
She's not. His name is not Nick Pellegrino, but it is close to Pellegrino. I did go to his Instagram and he's got a new girlfriend. Yeah.
the Instagram you read is just a random guy named Nick Pellegrino. It's not the right guy.
Wait,
It's
are
just
you
a random.
sure?
It's a civilian. I was like, this guy never dated Brianna Chickenfry. It's just a random guy
I
named
literally
Nick
thought it was
Pellegrino.
just. I was like, oh, he's been dating his girlfriend for over a year. Okay, listen. So she said that she met Luke Bryan, not Luke Bryan. LOL. Why
Zach
are all
Bryan.
these country guys the same guy? I guess that's a problem.
That's
they
a
have to
really
deal
good
with.
question. Have you ever walked down the streets in downtown Nashville? I know you have, because
I know.
every
I
neon
know.
sign looks
Every
the same.
guy.
It's like, do you want to go to Luke
Luke
Bryan's bar,
Bryan,
Zach
Zach
Bryan's bar, Zach
Bryan.
Brown's bar?
The chicken fry bar, whatever. Okay. So they met at the American Country Music Awards in May, where they posed for a photo together. Okay. They were both in other relationships at the time. Then she went to the singer's concert and she went on stage. Okay. She was still with her boyfriend, but he had broken up with his girlfriend. He wrote after this concert situation where everybody was rumoring, we've been broken up.
Yeah. He said, we broke up a week and a half ago, is what he said, which is like,
That's shady.
It's like convenient timing.
That's shady.
Yeah.
That's so shady. Whatever. And then after that, he, quote, fucking slid into my DMs. Okay. Because the other thing is she made a podcast after she was on stage. And then he DM'd her and said, that was so sweet. Thank you guys for coming. And they started talking. And then they went on a road trip together.
Because what she said on stage was eat the rich besides Zach Bryan. And then he slid into her DMs and was like, hey, girl.
But then at one point, and then this is, I thought I was doing math by looking up this other guy's Instagram, but it's not him. It's just a guy
it's
named
the random
Nick
guy named
Pellegrino.
Nick that you found.
Okay, so, but at some point, then she broke up with her boyfriend, but she never said when. But she definitely broke up with her boyfriend for Zach Bryan, because I would too. I'd be like, bye, bitch.
She broke up with Nick Pellegrino in 2022.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this is the same guy who's now dating someone else. Actually,
I think I actually did
maybe
do a
this
good
is
job.
him because he's been dating this other girly, Nick
That's
Pellegrino.
Why do you not have faith in me?
He's been
I
dating this other
literally,
girl because he's giving the most.
he's giving
random
civilian, but
man.
I'm just
He's
saying,
giving civilian.
But she's a random woman. Like, I'm
She is
telling
just
you,
a
like,
random
it's
woman.
not. That's what I'm saying is like you thought this guy whose Instagram name is nap___20 is not him, but I'm just telling you it is.
Because he's been dating this girly. God, sorry, Maddie. He's been dating this girly Maddie for
Yes,
apparently
I know.
like a
Sorry,
year.
Maddie. Right? No, it's a year and 12 weeks.
Okay, so I guess
12
this
weeks.
this is so weird. Like, I feel like I'm like talking about people who should not be talked about on this podcast.
No, I know, because
but
it's giving civilian. It's giving beyond nah. I know. It feels like we're talking about like our private lives. Like
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable. But I'm telling you that's the Nick Pellegrino. So he's been dating a new girl for a year and 12 weeks. So think about it. Like it had to be longer than that they broke up. So I'm also now confused. So maybe she was like not with him. So when did this concert even happen?
This concert happened in May.
Maybe page 6 is wrong that she was still with her boyfriend. Do you know what I mean?
Or maybe she was dating someone else between Nick Pellegrino and Zach Bryan.
Yes. Oh my God, maybe, yeah. But now I think it's like Zach Bryan, who's like was kind of seen as this like little like kind of like humble like the people's man, like very like whatever. Now that he's dating Brianna Chickenfry, who is literally a Barstool personality known for being hungover and like talking about partying. I think it's going to be a very interesting thing if indeed they're still together, because I'm kind of like they're just dating.
Yeah.
She keeps talking about it on the podcast.
He's like the nicest, most genuine person I've ever met. He's so normal, the podcast host said of the country singer. I'm sort of like, not for long, not for long.
Yeah, that's literally exactly. It's like not with you in his life podcasting about every moment of your existence together.
I just hate that she goes by Brianna Chickenfry. Like, I guess you need a name like that in this day and age. Like, Brianna LaPaglia is not going to cut it. But
I was reading some like old, this New York Post piece about her from 2021 in which, they like introduced her in tabloid, whatever. It's like, meet Brianna LaPaglia.
Mm-hmm.
She's famous for hangovers. Party girl Brianna LaPaglia got famous on Barstool for her hangovers. And it's like a profile. Like they did a photo shoot and she did an interview. The self-proclaimed CEO of hangovers, which is not a proud, I wouldn't be proud of having so many hangovers. They really are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like, girlie, you got to do electrolytes and does she need my help to not have a hangover? Because if you do electrolytes the night before and then you drink the whole bottle of water and then the next morning you wake up and you do electrolytes again and you add an Alka-Seltzer, you will not have a hangover.
Which is just aspirin, by the way. You're just adding aspirin.
That's fine, but that's how I'm getting it. I'm just saying if you mix together the electrolytes and the aspirin, you will slay and you won't have to be known for your hangovers
This
or
is
whatever.
the same Nick Pellegrino because I noticed his pec tattoo. His pec tattoo has a lot of
obsessed.
words. His pec tattoo has a lot of words, and I was like, God,
so you
that tattoo,
doubted
yikes.
my work. You
did a good
doubted
job.
my work. Thank you.
You did a good job.
There's something perfectly imperfect about her. She's smart, articulate, beautiful. She's also a college dropout and always hungover. It's like that's what the CEO of Barstool said about her. I have to say, maybe I like her. Fine, whatever. She dropped out. She was miserable. It was the pandemic. Then she said, I'm just going to be hungover all the time. And then Barstool was like, there's something interesting about that.
In 2020, Barstool came calling because of her TikTok videos. When they offered her an internship, LaPaglia's friends and classmates were more excited than she was. Quote, I wasn't nervous going into it because I really didn't know what the hell Barstool was. Let's move on.
Hi, BLT. Long time. Just sitting on my couch this Saturday afternoon, thinking about Owen Steele, who I was hoping you guys could talk about. I don't think you've talked about him before, but he's best friends with Cassie David. He went to that fancy LA school for performers with like Beanie Feldstein and Evan Hansen, whatever his name is, and Molly Gordon. And he's best friends with that crowd. He's in theater camp in like a supporting role. And he's like kind of been in nothing else. He was randomly on Emma Chamberlain's podcast a few weeks ago because they're best friends. Because Owen's boyfriend is Emma's stylist. So like he's really connected, but he doesn't really do a ton. He doesn't have a lot of like roles. He was in Cassie David's like old miniseries that she used to do. From my digging, it's like his dad is a music person in LA. I don't really know. Just wondering if there's any more to know about him. He's definitely a who. I don't know if he's ever going to be a them. Who knows? But also he's really funny. Okay. Hope you're having fun on tour. Bye.
This caller did a lot of work, but we can expand on a lot of it because I was so focused when I was watching Theater Camp on Ben Platt being a Nepo baby that I didn't realize that there was a Nepo baby in the midst. I didn't love this movie, full disclosure, But when I laughed at the movie, it was typically at Owen. So
Really?
I was like, okay, because he has some of the funniest lines in the movie. Like Owen's funny,
Interesting.
Io's funny. I think honestly Noah Galvin's pretty funny. The main two
Mhm.
people I didn't find funny. I mean, you saw it, right? Didn't you? Did you not see it?
I like kind of didn't really get through it. I'm sorry.
You love to half watch something.
Well, I just was like, I was just like giving it a shot, and then I just kind of like didn't. I just like didn't. I like kind of, I kind of fell asleep, and then I like didn't pick it back up. You know, I don't know how to tell you. I'm just being honest.
But here's what this is. He's second generation nepotism because his father is a Nepo baby himself because he's a music producer who was a son of another music producer and a singer. Bob Thiele and Jane Harvey gave birth to Bob Thiele Jr., who then adopted Owen Thiele, which means he's a Nepo baby who is, interestingly, not giving Punnett Square.
Very interestingly, not giving Punnett Square.
Most Nepo babies give Punnett Square. This one,
Not giving Punnett Square. That's very interesting.
He wanted to do music first based on what I could see because he's quite young. And so he has a lot of headlines from like 2018 era where he wants to become like a queer pop star.
I only know of him as Cassie David BFF because when Cassie David was having her moment, she had like this group of people that she was like doing comedy content with. And I was like, oh, interesting. And he stood out.
He's funny.
Yeah. But that's kind of it. And then I kind of lost the trail because I wasn't plugged in. And I feel like
also we
if
stopped
you're
paying attention
seeing
to
him,
Cassie
you're more
David
plugged
too.
in. I know.
We
Which is good for her. Which good for us. And honestly, it's good for her too, I feel like.
There was a little too much Cassie David in the culture.
Don't you think?
Oh,
Good
I
for
think
her,
so.
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's since been on like places that you find like random LA funny people, as in Hacks and I Think You Should Leave.
Right. Okay.
I just saw a Just Jared when I was Googling for like stories about him in news. I saw a Just Jared headline that was like, Owen Thiele gives Jamie Lynn Spears some good advice in new Zoe 102 clip. Exclusive. Just Jared Jr.
Is
got
he
an
in
exclusive.
Zoe 102?
He's in Zoe 102, but he's not in Zoe 101.
I mean, if Just Jared didn't get the Zoe 102 exclusive, I'm like, who's getting the Zoe 102?
Someone's getting fired,
exclusive?
Just Jared.
Also, Zoe 102, I guess that makes sense, but it's still kind of funny that it's Zoe 102.
But you scroll through his Instagram and you have comments from people who are just like very famous. Darcy Carden, Brittany Snow, saying I'm an idiot, saying people who are very famous, and the first two people
Darcy
I say are
Carden.
Darcy Carden and Brittany Snow. But here we go. They're people you've heard of. Darcy Carden, Brittany Snow, Benny Drama.
People you've heard
Jordan
of if you
Firstov,
listen to this podcast. Yeah.
If you listen to Who Weekly. And then you've got Lily Collins, Kat Dennings, Dylan Mulvaney.
Sure.
Simi Hayes.
Okay.
Two most interesting Whoey things about him. Number one, he gave up on the pure Nepo baby direction because he originally wanted to do music. So we got a lot of press like 5 years ago when he was like 18, 19 as an up and coming queer pop star. That music not only didn't go anywhere, that music has been scrubbed. That feels very intentional to me. And I found one of his songs that is still available on Spotify, this EP that he did with someone else. And I think that's why it's not scrubbed, because it's him and someone else.
He was going by Owen.
He was just going by Owen. And when you find the video on YouTube that's linked in some random like Nylon article or like out.com article or something, it's an unlisted video, so it only has like 5,000 views. You can't find it on Owen's YouTube. Like he clearly was like, I'm done with music. Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing music. I'm doing what all of my friends that I made at Harvard Westlake High School, which is I think the high school that he went to, are doing, which is acting and comedy.
Where he met Cassie David.
Yes. The other interesting thing about this guy is that, as the caller said, his boyfriend, who he's been with for years now, is a guy named Jared Elner.
Oh my God. You know who Jared Elner does styling for?
Emma Chamberlain.
And Io.
And Ben Platt. And Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay, so like truly up and coming superstar. It's giving superstar.
It's giving
superstar. Yeah.
And it's someone who sort of just started coming up in the like during the pandemic.
And this is Owen's boyfriend.
This is Owen's boyfriend.
Jared. It's giving power couple.
It's giving power couple, I will say. Guess who else he does? This is pre-theater camp too. Patty Harrison, Rachel Sennett. It's that whole crew.
No, it's like have you met my friend Jared? He should style you. I see some Caperland in here. I see Phoebe. I see more Phoebe. I see more Emma. Yeah. I mean, it's like the cool girlies. This is interesting. You followed this person's come up from maybe Nepo baby, scrapped pop star, friend of Cassie David, and now like actor.
Because he's sort of a secret Nepo baby. Because, like, yeah, his dad wrote the theme songs to Sons of Anarchy and The Office, but he's not necessarily like a famous person.
I'm sorry. If your dad wrote the theme song to The Office, you're not a Nepo baby. I'm sorry. No, you're just not.
They're clearly rich because he posted a photo of like a short film that he made like a couple years ago. And he was like, the caption was really funny. It was like, I quote, borrowed money from my parents to make this movie
funny.
or something like that. And I was like, okay,
That's
that's funny. He's in on the joke.
He wrote a HuffPo blog when he was 13, which is also very funny. It's like a very cute, like, window into...
Read the deck.
You might be thinking, I'm your average 30-year-old blogger who's going to talk to you about his obscure life. Not your typical. I'm not 30 at all. I happen to be a 13-year-old.
He wrote that in 2009. He blogged for HuffPo back when anyone could blog on HuffPo.
He blogged for HuffPo when I worked for...
He blogged there as a 13-year-old boy when you had a full-time job with benefits.
Literally. 2009 was when I got my job at AOL. So, but that was before they bought HuffPo or whatever. So I guess it doesn't... Whatever. I didn't have benefits, Bobby. I was working hourly. I had a contract position. Let's not. Okay.
Sorry. But if you look at these old blogs from when he was a 13-year-old boy in 2009 on Huffington Post, which still exist, and I'm sort of like, Owen, scrub them. Owen, get rid of them. My live journals don't exist anymore.
Yeah, but like you can't scrub like a HuffPo blog. What is he gonna do? Like email HuffPo and be like, "Why
hello,
this
Ariana?
blog I wrote when I was 13
hello?
Is humiliating." I know, but it's not even that embarrassing. It's just like. It's just like whatever.
He's just like, I want to be a musician.
I want to be a singer or
whatever.
And that's fine.
Hi, Who Weekly. I really, really, really want you to talk about Red, White, and Royal Blue, or at least like the Red, White, and Royal Blue boys, who are both so fine, and I feel like have been in the cultural conversation in a very hooey way historically. So there's obviously Zakhar Perez, who plays Alex in the movie, and I believe his main roles were in the Kissing Booth franchise. But one of my favorite things about it is I think he was only in the Kissing Booth 2 and 3, so he was kind of even in like the most hooey parts of the Kissing Booth, which is already a little bit of like, or is totally a Who franchise. And then Nicholas, I can't say his last name, but Galitzine I don't know. Anyways, the guy who plays Prince Henry, he was in the Purple Hearts movie. I feel like he's one of those British actors that also has been in random British movies, but truthfully, I have not seen them. So this is just a really long-winded way to say, one, if you want to talk about the Red, White, and Royal Blue boys just at all in any capacity, if there's like stuff y'all know about them that's gossip-worthy and Who-worthy, that would be lovely. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, crunch, crunch.
I do think this is the kind of movie that turns both of these guys into something that is worth discussing because they're going to be talked about.
It will turn both of these guys into something that is worth discussing. Okay.
I just think it turned him from a nod to a Who and the other guy from like even more of a nod to a Who.
Yeah.
In terms of culture. Okay, I'm sorry. I just feel like a lot of people are going to watch this movie is what I'm saying. That's like really what I'm saying.
When we talked
a
about
lot of people
him
watching this
briefly
movie.
during the Camila Cabello Cinderella,
I
didn't know that he descended from Russian royalty.
Okay, we don't know that. That's assumed. That is like almost a fanfic but not confirmed lineage research by like a sleuth.
People are saying like, oh, because his dad is Russian and Galitzine is very close to Galitzine, which is a former house of nobility in Russia. It stands to reason that this guy is a descendant of Russian royalty, but you're right. We don't know for certain.
We don't know. And also not descendant of Russian royalty does not nepotism make.
Everyone's just desperate for an Anastasia.
But also we're just desperate to like contextualize somebody who we haven't seen before. Meanwhile, this guy's a working actor and has been doing stuff, including the cursed Camila Cabello Cinderella and other things for a long time now, you know? So the tweet was from at Film Lamette. The way this gif only exists because the Russian Revolution forced the Galitzine noble family into exile. So today, Nicholas Galitzine has an actual job and not rely on centuries-old family wealth. OMG. And it's the sexy gif of them like on the dock. Okay, you'll see the context of that when you watch the movie today, and you tell me you hate it.
Yeah,
but
if I make it through
then Teen Vogue, you will Teen Vogue, which I just call Teen Vague, but I didn't mean that like on purpose, but it would have been a good diss if I did mean it. They wrote,
if this were 1995, we'd start that magazine.
Shout out to the writer of this piece, whose name you can click and look up while I read it. Nicholas Galitzine's mother is Greek and his father is Russian. The last name Galitzine is a spelling derivation of the name Galitzine, which makes him a likely descendant of the House of Galitzine, a family of nobility during the Russian Empire, though the family itself descends from Lithuania, blah, blah, blah. So then it says that basically the family was founded in the 15th century, descending from the Grand Duke of Lithuania. Over time, the house was split into 4 branches, and by the 1700s, one of the branches lost its influence and died out. In 1917, all but one branch was extinguished or exiled because of the Russian Revolution. So first of all, this is all assumption based on his last name and some of his family lineage. No one's actually confirmed this, is what I'm saying.
And the writer of that was Amina Inayat Khan at Teen Vogue.
Thank
Teen
you.
Vogue knows how to report, gotta say. Everyone knows that, but just gotta
They
gotta
do know
say it.
they do know how to pro. They're not teen vague.
They're not
And
Teen
also
Vague.
the other thing about this movie is that obviously because they play gay guys, everyone's like gay.
Gay tonight?
And he's
Gay tonight,
straight,
queen?
although he's straight, although he is playing a hunk in the movie Bottoms, which is ironic.
He's
because
openly straight.
But he's openly straight.
He's openly straight.
Yes.
And the other guy, which we'll get to in a second, is not openly anything. He's like, I'm not talking about
Just
my sexuality.
hasn't been there, but also hasn't been
there
but also hasn't been around,
Mm-hmm.
like has less of a pedigree in IMDb land. Like Taylor Zakhar Perez is way less kind of a thing because
Mm-hmm.
I think he also was like on Zoe 101. Sorry, what was he on? He was in Kissing Booth.
Yeah, that's the main thing that he had before this, which is honestly giving Red, White, and Royal Blue.
What do you mean? What, Kissing Booth?
Famous YA book turned into a movie.
Yeah, it's giving hunks in movies that are lit very brightly. He is in an upcoming BBC series that is going to slay. I'm sorry. It's Julianne Moore and him, right? And it's called Mary and
Wait, is
I
it
wanna
Jane
say Mary
Austen?
and No, it's not Jane Austen. It's called Mary and George. And it is
Mary and George.
Out.com is calling it Gay Monarchy Series, which is the funniest way to describe anything at all. But it's basically about the 16th century Countess of Buckingham and her son, who she raised and then basically told him to seduce the king. And it's Julianne Moore and Nicholas Galitzine in another iconically gay role in which he has to seduce the King of England. Come on.
Wow.
You love it.
Okay, I'll watch that.
And she's playing Mary Villers, and it's going to be a Sky series. And I just feel like it's going to be great. So I do feel like, though we came from more of a cheesy,
Okay, I will watch that.
The Craft Legacy, Cinderella Singing, that weird Netflix movie Purple Hearts, in which he's a vet, he's like in the army, Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is obviously cheesy. I think Bottoms, and then Mary and George. Come on, don't count him out. Okay? Do you think he kind of looks like Macaulay Culkin? That's what I was
Yeah.
getting from him the whole movie. I was like, Macaulay Culkin.
I find him.
I know you don't think he's attractive.
He's no Zach Bryan. That's all I'll say.
That's fine. I just think that he looks like Macaulay Culkin, and the other guy is hot too.
As you said, there's much less going on with this guy, Taylor Zakhar Perez. And again, he's not out, which is the question, which I think people rightfully ask.
I find it like annoying, but I'm also it's so weird because you're like, it's an annoying question to ask, and I don't necessarily care, but I am curious, and that doesn't square. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's a tricky thing, though, because I understand why, like, I haven't seen it, but in its way, it is a sort of groundbreaking movie on Amazon Prime, and it's doing very well, which I think is a good thing. So, like, the fact of it being a gay romance for a broad audience, an adult gay romance for a broad audience, even though it's based on YA, is a big deal. So I don't think it's crazy that a journalist or someone would talk about the actor's sexualities, even though generally I think that sexualities, don't necessarily matter. Privacy is important, whatever. People can say what they want to say is what I'm saying.
But listen, they're not promoting it. Like,
I guess that's
because
true.
of the strike. So there's a little bit of press before it, but no one knew that it was going to be as big as I think it is. Maybe they had an idea because the book was so big, and it was like, we're making this sexy movie based on this popular book. It'll probably be big. But I'm just saying, like, the press that comes after something blows up hasn't happened because actually it was funny. I was on Nicholas Galitzine's Instagram, like doing research, and people in the comments were like, we're so sorry you can't celebrate this win. And I was like, what are they talking about? And they meant like do press and do promo like publicly for the movie. And it's like, who cares? Like, he doesn't care about that, I bet. It just felt very like people were like,
He's getting
we
jobs
want you to be
regardless.
able to sell. Yeah, he'll be fine or whatever. This other guy, maybe he has been given the opportunity to say something and hasn't. But I do kind of think what's interesting about the movie is like his character is proudly bisexual and is like very Jason Mraz, like,
Slay.
I'm bisexual. And like Uma Thurman's like, what are you, gay, pan, whatever? And he's like bisexual. So it's like, it's
Slay.
a really kind of, that's a big part of it. It's not just like, oh, two cutie gay guys. It's one of them's like bisexual pride, you know? And
He's
that
not like,
is
oh, I'm a
kind
closeted gay guy, whatever. It's like,
no.
I'm bi.
Yeah, yes. So it's like, it is very that.
Does Uma say bisexual in like a twang? Bisexual.
When you hear what Uma Thurman says in this movie,
I've
she says
seen
true
some
vada.
clips.
She says true vada like that.
That's a slang.
True vada.
Truvada should only be said with a twang.
She says
I'm always
anal
saying this.
anal intercourse. She says that. It's I mean
Anal
you're
intercourse.
you're gonna lose it, but like you're gonna lose it. So like whatever, that's a positive.
So you're saying Uma studied like Mr. DNA's oov to like get her accent down?
Anal intercourse.
I just want to make sure you know you need to wear a condom if you're having anal intercourse.
Oh, honey.
And then you found this, or Timmy found this, a story from
What?
Republic World. Who is Taylor Zakhar Perez, and is he LGBTQ+? Taylor Zakhar Perez may be playing an LGBTQ+ character in Red, White, and Royal Blue, but in real life, the actor has never publicly discussed his sexuality. However, Perez is a fierce advocate for fierce is pushing it. Is a fierce advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, telling Sharp magazine in 2021, for reasons I really don't understand, quote, going from trans rights to gay rights to people of color's rights to all of it, I'm here for all of it, however they need it.
Okay, what?
Okay.
I'm sorry. That I have to say though, that's ally speak, which makes me think, no, he's not LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Being like, whatever it is, I support it.
The headline for this story, which was in Sharp magazine, written by Max Gao, I can't tell if this is a read or not, but the headline for this
What?
profile, which Sharp magazine looks like it's sort of like a digital only fashion and like kind of broad culture website, because like he's dressed in certain things and they explain like what he's wearing and stuff. The headline is Taylor Zakhar Perez is a star for the streaming age. What is that? That's like almost, is that rude?
I mean, not as written, but certainly rude. Yes.
Yeah.
Being a star for the streaming age is like, wow, your face is meant to be seen on like a laptop screen or like a phone.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, and this comes out of other places. Okay, so the quote out of context is sort of like, why are you being an ally? It's actually a result of a line of questioning about his own identity. So let me quote the full thing, because in context it's not as strange.
Yeah, let's give the full quote.
With his newfound platform, Perez, who acknowledges that his mixed heritage has allowed him to pass as other races in the past, recognizes the unspoken responsibility that he has to speak out about issues that directly affect his own loved ones. And then he says, quote, going from trans rights to gay rights to people of color's rights to all of it. I'm here for it, all of it, however they need it. As I'm meeting more people, my only intention is to bring love, kindness, and support after this freaking year that we just went through. He's talking about 2020.
Yeah, no, I was there.
He's of Mexican, Middle Eastern, and Mediterranean descent. And he's saying, yes, I'm capable of passing as white, but here's why I'm going to speak about that. So it's not like as random as the robot made it seem.
But also, he was doing press for that.
He was
this is
doing
not
press for
even
Kissing
having to
Booth
do with
2.
Red, White, and Royal. Exactly. So we haven't even gotten, and like they did like a GQ fashion thing. They've done a few things. Like he did an interview with actually H. Allen Scott. Shout out to H. Allen Scott for Newsweek. And one of the questions that H. Allen asked was, you have gone into more adult roles, because he's also in Minx, you know, that show that like kind of nobody watches, but people who watch it love it, with what's his face,
love it.
Jake Johnson or something.
Yeah. People are like, why is no one watching Minx? And it's like, I don't
It's like,
know.
What? I don't know how to watch that. And then, so he says, like, your roles have been all over the place, progressively more adult. Has that been intentional? And he says, like, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, and so bringing that into the TV and film world, I mean, Kissing Booth was exciting because I got to show singing, dancing, guitar playing, and being a Latin addition to an already successful IP. That meant something. And the amount of times people have come to me on the street, like young guys with their girlfriends, young guys with their boyfriends or whatever. They're like, you're my favorite character in Kissing Booth. I watch it with my girl. I never see anyone on TV that looks like me. That's awesome. I didn't expect that to happen.
There's a recent photo on his Instagram made me laugh. He went and saw Shucked with his parents.
Slay.
So there's
good.
like all these photos of him like with his parents like backstage of Shucked, and he's with like Alex Newell and they're like hugging or like side hugging or whatever.
Love
and he's like
that.
with the cast backstage. And then there's, I guess, a wall where people are like signing. I don't know why they're signing, but it's like a bunch of people have signed at the Shucked wall with the Sharpie.
Uh-huh.
And there's a photo of him signing, and then he's like posing at the camera. But you can see what he wrote with the Sharpie and what he wrote on this guy.
What is it?
I'm just saying it's giving straight to me. I feel like this is confirmation that this is like he's purely an ally.
No, I love this. What?
What he wrote was, y'all cracked my shit up. Taylor.
All right, that's settled. That's settled.
I think that we're
That's
settled
settled.
here. I think it's
I
settled.
think that's settled. That's settled. That's what we call settled.
I don't know. If you are a queer
Case
person
closed.
who says you cracked my shit up, call in. I don't know any of those people. So
I can't really speak to that, but I'm an ally and I trust you.
do any of your queer friends say, Lindsay, you cracked my shit up?
No, they say LMAO, LMAO.
I was gagged.
Itchy
I was screaming. I
ball,
was dying.
or
I was crying.
I was gagged. Yeah, if he had written on there like gagged me straight to hell, boots, I'd be like, okay.
If he had written like Alex Newell step on my neck or something, I would have been like, there's a question here. Alex Newell icon.
Then I'd be like, okay.
He wrote, let me read
You
it again.
cracked my
Y'all cracked my shit
y'all,
up.
Y'all
Taylor.
cracked my shit up. Whatever. That's great.
Y'all cracked my shit up.
That's great.
I want to be famous.
I slept in a terrible bed at one of our dates this story. I won't reveal where it was because I don't want to be super rude, but the bed was absolutely horrendous. Big dip in the middle. I was
Yeah.
always like rolling into the center. It was so bad. My back hurt so bad when I woke up. And guess what? When I got home, my favorite part of being home was getting in bed.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were like back into
finally,
my mattress.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's a real bed that was chosen for me based on a quiz, the Helix quiz.
Right. And sometimes when people use my mattress, they're like, that's a little soft. And I'm like, yeah, it's made for me, not for you.
For you.
Which actually even drives home the fact that it's so made for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I kind of relish in the I mean, I don't want my friends to be uncomfortable, but I'm like, I kind of am like celebrating the fact that it's like for my body, not for yours.
Mm-hmm. I just sleep so much better on my own mattress than literally any other mattress. And that's because Helix mattresses rock. I wake up, my back doesn't hurt. I wake up, I don't have night sweats. I wake up and I'm thrilled. I wake up and I say, I love you, Helix.
That's
so
incredible.
If you want to experience the joy that I experience every
The
time I
joy,
get in bed
the
and every time I
satisfaction.
every time I get out of bed, you should go to helixsleep.com/who because you will get 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with any mattress purchase. Plus, get a free bedding bundle, which includes 2 dream pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order at helixsleep.com/who. That's helixsleep.com/who.
Vet bills can be expensive, but Spot Pet Insurance can give you up to 90% cash back on vet bills, so you can worry less about high vet bills. Yep, up to 90% cash back on vet bills for unexpected accidents, illness, and even routine care. And with Spot Pet Insurance plans, you can go to any vet you want in the US or Canada. There's no network you need to stick to, so visit your favorite vet, and you can save money on expensive vet bills. That's Spot Pet Insurance. It's no wonder Spot is America's favorite pet insurance. Visit spotpet.com for a free quote today. For all terms, visit spotpetins.com/sample-policy. Spot Pet Insurance plans are underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produce Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC. This is an independent ad from Spot Pet Insurance Services, LLC.
It's that time of year again. when we do Storyworth ads.
No, it's that time of year again when we have to figure out we're going to get our friends and family for the holidays.
I know.
And we're like, what better gift than Storyworth? Truly.
It's funny that these podcast ads evolved as we get older, because we used to say it's a great gift for like your parent or grandparent or guardian or like older person in your life. But as we get older, it's like, wait, this is a great gift for all of the new parents in my life. Like people who just had a baby,
Totally.
who can like chronicle this like important year of their lives via Storyworth. It's a great gift.
Yeah, and we've already given this gift to so many people we know, so we can vouch for the fact that it's one of the more thoughtful gifts you could give someone.
And here's how it works. Each week, Storyworth emails your loved one a thought-provoking question that you get to help pick. They're like, what's the bravest thing you've ever done? What's the farthest place you've ever traveled? How'd you used to get to school every day? Whatever. And then it makes the writing process a breeze. So all your loved one needs to do is respond to the email with the story, long, short, up to them. You will be emailed a copy of your loved one's response as they're submitted over the course of a year. And then after that year, Storyworth compiles all of those stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book that you'll be able to share and revisit for generations to come. Families love Storyworth. That's why it has more than 35,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot, with millions of stories preserved since they were founded over 10 years ago. So help your family share and capture their stories this holiday season with Storyworth. Go to storyworth.com/who today and save $10 on your first purchase. That's STORYWORTH.com/who to save $10 on your first purchase. Storyworth.com/who.
I want to be famous.
I don't have a call here, but we did get emails about this, and I think that counts. We got emails and tweets being like, it's here, it's here, it's here. The Day of Indulgence is here.
Oh my God, it's the day of indulge. It's like the time really does fly when you're not indulging. And then all of a sudden the day comes and it's like, time to indulge, time to go to that lady's house and get a bunch of bracelets or whatever.
Remember last year at the Day of Indulgence? Jennifer Lopez was there and she got like the
Yeah.
star image and the photos were all like kind of a sleigh.
Yeah. Do you wanna
This year's
remember?
Day of Indulgence seems like
Was it low key?
it was a little less star power. Like your big star here was like Molly Shannon and Kelly Rowland. Like there wasn't
Molly
no offense
Shannon
to
was there
either of
last
them.
year too.
But she was
Okay.
like the central figure in all of these photos, Molly Shannon.
Why are the big stars not coming to Day of
I
Indulgence?
don't know. Maybe it was just a lot that day. But again, it was
Okay.
the annual Jennifer Klein's Day of Indulgence. I believe this was the 25th year she's ever done it. This was the 25th anniversary of the event.
Oh my God, 25 years of indulging.
Yes.
Maybe the stars say no more indulging.
Yes, I'm going to read the lead that Brandy Fowler wrote for InStyle, which must have some sort of exclusivity deal with her.
InStyle has the exclusive with the Day of Indulgence. I read InStyle once a year and it's when the Day of Indulgence.
Because you will see photos of the Day of Indulgence, like on Us Weekly People or whatever. It's like Alexander Daddario popping into Jennifer Klein's house for the Day of Indulgence, but
I
you
know.
won't
Was
get
she
the
there?
write-up and the interview. Oh, of course she was there.
Okay.
She always goes.
Okay. She's always there. Yeah, she always goes.
Brandy Fowler wrote on August 17th, right before we recorded on Thursday, if Treat Yourself were a soiree, film and TV producer Jennifer Klein's exclusive Day of Indulgence Fete would be it. The annual star-studded event is held at Klein's Brentwood, California bungalow every August, and vets like Allison Janney, Tyra Banks, and Mindy Kaling show up religiously to indulge in the many treats on the grounds. So this is just an interview with people who were there. They're walking around. They're sort of like giving a party report, essentially, saying all, but it's also Spawn because there's a million brands there. So I want to do this today instead of Tuesday because I know you're going to engage with this article at some point in the next 5 days when we record like regular Who Weekly. And before you read it, I want to turn it into a game because it's impossible to ignore. You have to read the Day of Indulgence write-up. So I turned the Day of Indulgence into a game.
And also, to be fair, I think it's way more
Yeah.
fun as a game than it is as a piece
yeah.
of content at this point. Now, 25 years in, 25
God,
years
the photos
in.
just aren't as good as they were last year. Like they kind of flopped it, and I
going
don't
on?
understand why.
What's
Lily
going
Rabe is there.
on?
Lily
Get
Rabe
it
is like,
together,
what's
Jennifer
going
Klein.
on? Okay.
Jennifer Klein.
Here we go. But the actual event itself seems as slay as always. So I don't know why the photography is sort of like missing it. No offense. InStyle, if you're listening, next year you got to step up the game.
Interesting.
Here is my game.
Yeah.
Every question is sort of different. Some of it's fill in the blanks. Some of it's like,
It's just a Day of Indulgence
Exactly.
themed game. Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to go through it. There's like 12 questions,
I'm
maybe
ready.
13. Number 1.
Okay, I'm
I'm
ready.
going to quote from the piece. The extravaganza kicked off in the blank. Did it kick off in the driveway, the foyer, the side garden, or the trunk of Leslie Mann's car?
The foyer.
The driveway. I'm sorry. The extravaganza kicked off in the driveway, which made me crack up. Okay.
In the driveway.
Lindsay, here's a paragraph. As guests like Jordana Brewster arrived, baristas served up an assortment of pick-me-up beverages, including Live More Organic smoothies, Stay Moving probiotic shots, and Shake Shack's non-dairy shakes. Brewster couldn't resist grabbing a cup of Cafe Lux's cold brew. Which of those brands is fake?
Fuck.
Let me read them again. Live More Organic smoothies, Stay Moving probiotic shots, Shake Shack's non-dairy shakes, and Cafe Lux's cold brew.
The second one, Stay Moving.
Yeah, Stay Moving probiotic shots. I made that up. Lindsay, I were in the airport recently, and like there was a cookie that was like probiotic cookie, great for your gut. And I was
still
like,
have it.
this is weird, but I love it, and I ate too.
I still have it in my fridge. I haven't touched it.
It's
I'm
good.
scared to open it. Okay.
Here's the thing about probiotic cookies: they're the strangest texture you'll ever encounter. Next question. Blank! Exclamation mark. Kelly Rowland raved as she picked up a packet of just-released plant-based Reese's chocolate. Okay. What did she scream? I'm obsessed with these. I've never seen these before. Holy crap. Or, I didn't know Reese's just released plant-based chocolate.
Is it, I'm obsessed with these?
No, it's, I've never seen these before.
No. Good
okay,
quote.
We're doing a which of these brands is fake again.
Okay.
Because it's giving Drew Droege, Chloe Sevigny. And that was just the beginning. Inside the cozy home, colorful flower-made floral arrangements, top tables, and snacks were at every turn. Mininuts.com packets, Nothing Bundt cakes, Peyton's Pretty Pies, Crumble cookies, Sprinkles brownies, and Baked by Melissa cupcakes were just a few of the bites guests noshed on.
Wait, one of those is fake?
Flower-made floral arrangements, Mininuts.com, Nothing Bundt cakes, Peyton's Pretty Pies, Crumble cookies, Sprinkles brownies, and Baked by Melissa cupcakes.
Bunt by Bunt. The Bunts one.
Nothing Bundt cake.
Yeah.
No, that's a real brand. It's Peyton's Pretty Pies. That's fake.
Oh, fuck.
My friend who's getting married next month, shout out Lauren, wanted a Nothing Bundt cake, but they don't ship to New York. It's like a West Coast only
Oh,
thing,
I'm so sorry, Lauren.
Meanwhile, Mindy Kaling snagged a pack of Honest Organic gummies.
Mindy
and
was
Tiffany,
there?
Mindy was there. And Tiffany Haddish swooned over Carnegie Deli's confections. Quote, I loved those blank, exclamation mark, she said. What did she love? Lemon tarts? Cheesecake bites? Or gluten-free, dairy-free, keto, one-bite organic, single-origin, and humanely sourced cocoa powder brownies from a woman-owned cocoa farm, Cocoa Cuties?
Okay, that last one is a huge sleigh that you made up. The second one?
Yeah, they're cheesecake bites. You got it right. Okay. Yvonne
Ew,
Orgy is there.
That's
okay.
fucking gross.
I loved those cheesecake bites, she said.
Ew, imagine saying that. Okay.
Quote, it's like a reunion, Yvonne Orgy told In Style. Quote, I walk in, I see Tyra, Natasha, Dominique Fishback. We can give each other flowers and also enjoy the sun, some nice food, and good freebies. Next paragraph. Speaking of Banks, who has attended the event since the very first one, the supermodel arrived wearing blank. Okay, here are your options. A white ALC blazer and frame jeans. A Nanette Lepore painted dress. A green blazer and matching trousers. Or a Smize and Dream shirt to rep her ice cream brand, which was on site.
Oh my God. Which one is made up?
Which one's real? What was she wearing?
The last one?
Yeah, she was wearing a Smize and Dream shirt to rep her ice cream brand, which was on site.
Which was on site.
The photos of everyone looking sort of like casual cutie in like cute outfits, but definitely casual, but definitely glam. And then Tyra's literally just in a Smize and Dream t-shirt. I'm just like, this girl can't stop selling.
She knows the day is to indulge.
Yeah.
I think she has the right mindset about it. It's like, honeys, indulge in my ice cream.
Which pregnant celebrity gave this like quote that's way too earnest for the day of indulgence? Quote, it's my first time ever coming and I'm loving it, blank told In Style as she rubbed her baby bump. Quote, it's so beautiful. The community of women having just a day of enjoyment, a day of indulgence, and getting that sort of pampering that I think we all like to see or experience after a hard day's work. Who went out of their way to deliver this insane quote? Was it Sierra, Uzo Aduba, Whitney Cummings, or famously pregnant Dakota Johnson?
Uzo Aduba.
It's Uzo Aduba, yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Quote, the blank bar is a vibe. High School Musical alum Monique Coleman, who arrived with Fishback, said as she two-stepped in front of a snack bar, quote, I'm over here doing the blank dance. What bar is a vibe? The Don Julio bar? The Spindrift bar? The Salad bar? Or the Health Aid Kombucha bar?
Oh my God, she better not be doing a dance for the Health Aid Kombucha bar. The first one.
Don Julio?
Yeah?
No, it's the salad bar. The salad bar is a vibe. I'm over here doing the salad dance.
No.
That's Monique Coleman.
Not a salad bar. The salad bar is a vibe.
Okay, next question. Blank. The salad bar is a vibe. I'm over here doing the salad dance. Okay.
No, stop.
Blank, Christina Hendricks exclaimed. What did she exclaim? I can't stop putting shit in my bag. Or, fuck the AMPTP. Or, have you tried the watermelon margaritas? Or, is that Rachel Sennett?
These are all believable.
I know.
Have you tried the watermelon margaritas? Okay, well.
Okay, just a few more. Roland fell in love with a few brands in the backyard and the general vibe of the event. Quote,
fell in love with a few brands in the backyard.
Quote, the energy with all the women here has been great. I love that part of it the most. Roland told in style before blank. What's the end of the sentence? Roland told in style before showing off the glow the fresh rose deep hydration face creep gave her hand, grabbing a pair of Quay sunglasses from the table, applying some of Halo 42's Copacabana nourishing face and body elixir to her already glowing cheeks, or Roland told in style before telling Christina Hendricks that no, she wasn't going to finish her watermelon margarita.
Can I take that?
You're right.
Are you done with that?
Are you going to finish that?
The first one? Whatever, the rose. Yeah.
The energy with all the women in here has been great. I love that part of it the most, Roland told in style before showing off the glow the fresh rose deep hydration face cream gave her hand. Okay.
Oh, God. This is brutal.
Quote, I think I'm just going to start a new trend where I just walk around blank, Haddish joked. Where I just walk around doing what? With my Kai Wellness crystal ear seeds all over my face. With my Dazzle Dry toe separators on at the Petty Bar. In a Brooklinen robe. Or with my hydrofacial mask on.
The hydrofacial mask.
No, in a Brooklinen robe. She has a Brooklinen robe on and she wears it the whole time.
Okay, great.
Which of these women was Molly Shannon not photographed with? Tiffany Haddish, Kelly Rowland, Kaylee Cuoco, Niecy Nash, Alexander Daddario, or Leslie Mann?
Leslie Mann.
No, she was photographed with Leslie Mann. She was not photographed with Kelly Rowland. And the final question. As they left the event, each guest took home another major gift. Le Sport Sack bags, a silver or rose gold Samsonite suitcase, Madewell jeans, Hoka sneakers, Petite Plume pajamas, T3's Afar lightweight travel size hairdryer, Sam Edelman Gigi sandals, Solar Wave Radiant Renewal skincare wands, Aritzia Alanya pants, Higher Dose Supercharger, copper body brush. Which of those did they not take home with them?
The brush.
No, all of the above. They took all of them home.
I would take all of them home, too.
You did a good job.
I can't believe all these celebrities finally got their day of indulgence. They really deserved it. It's been a hard year.
Mm-hmm. These photos are so funny.
I have to see the photos now.
The full Tiffany Haddish quote about the Brooklinen robe is so funny. As for Haddish, she loved her Brooklinen bathrobe so much that she walked around the event in it. Quote, I think I'm going to start a new trend where I just walk around in a Brooklinen robe, Haddish joked. Quote, this is perfect for right out of the shower. Long day, take your shower, put your Brooklinen robe on, and just get in bed and go to sleep. It's just like the celebrities truly go crazy when they go here.
I just love that it's like, she's like, I'm going to start a trend where you wear a comfy robe and get into bed. It's like, yeah, like most people do that. That's like what a normal person's life is often like. You know what I mean? Like they figured that out already. You don't need to influence people to put on a robe and go to sleep.
Yeah. There's a funny photo of like Kobe Smulders and Vanessa Bayer posing because they're both in green. Like Vanessa Bayer's in like a green dress, and Kobe Smulders is in a green blazer and green pants, and it goes, Vanessa Bayer and Kobe Smulders, who arrived together in completely unplanned coordinating green ensembles, walked around the event together. Quote, we always text each other before the event. We're like, I'm so excited. Quote, this is the place I discover great products that I use in my life, Smulders added.
I can't. How did they get these women to say this shit? It's like unbelievable. Jennifer Klein is an evil genius.
Oh my God. Niecy Nash was there with Jessica Betts, and you can tell
Of
Jessica Betts
course.
is like, this is crazy. This
I know.
is so
It's
crazy.
true. Whenever like a not famous person comes into the room, it's like energy. The energy is like not normal. Yeah.
The funniest thing about this is like Uzo gave like a very good quote, like the perfect quote that like Jennifer Klein wants, right? But also Uzo's having the time of her life because there's a photo. She's the only person, or let me change that. She's the person photographed with the most shit in her hands. Like,
Of course. Queen.
Uzo's like, I came to win.
Queen. I just feel like it's so funny because I feel like celebrities get free shit and get sent free shit all the time. Like, remember when what's his face was complaining about because he bought Vanessa Hudgens' house and was like, I still get sent her free shit. Like, it still comes here. To go to a party where you get more shit and I just feel like you have to really be a certain type of person that I admire to be like, no, I want more free shit. The free shit I get is not enough.
Yeah.
You know, baseline free shit. I need more free shit.
Okay.
I think we should be done.
Thank you for calling in. Keep calling in at 619 Who Them to leave questions, comments, and concerns for our Friday show. We'll see you on Tuesday with another episode of the main show. We're back to our normal schedule. Again, buy tickets. Come see us in...
For now.
Come see us in Minneapolis. Come see us in Boston. Come see us all over the place. We are sold out in Atlanta, unfortunately. But yeah, send us a DM if you want to come and don't have tickets. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We can't make any guarantees.
Get
We might have a
lucky,
good
you
time.
know? Yeah.
Thank you to Katie and Erica of The Who's for providing our Read It theme song on Tuesdays. Thank you to Timmy, our research and editorial assistant, for researching and editorializing. I'm so happy you get to listen to Addison Rae all day today. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
This is the place I discover great products that I use in my life, Smulders added.
Hey Who Weekly, I saw Hari Ness do the cha-cha slide this weekend on Fire Island. Crunch, crunch. I just saw a picture of the Scrub Daddy guy, and he was wearing a necklace with the Scrub Daddy on it, the face, you know? And I'm just wondering how we can get one for Lindsay.
Hi, so this is actually a call for Lena Dunham because I know she's a listener and, you know, how else am I going to communicate with her? So Lena, you seem like you and Jennifer Lawrence know each other. She clearly is like a pop culture girly, right? Like she loves the Housewives and now she's commenting on this Taylor Swift, Karlie Kloss stuff. So Lena, can you confirm, is Jennifer Lawrence a hooligan? I feel like of all of them, she's maybe the most plausible. Any other guesses on them to maybe hooligans? Crunch, crunch, Lena. I just said crunch, crunch on a voicemail to someone I work with. I didn't know how to end the voicemail, and I'm so used to calling you guys. I said crunch, crunch. Oh, my God. How am I going to explain this?